Okay, so in class we used the Arduino programming environment and we downloaded it to our computers at school. One of the purposes for doing that was to actually download the device drivers that allowed us to recognize via our USB cable any Arduino that we plugged into our system. We also set up our Codebender software, and that's an online software that allows us to do our Arduino programming right on the internet rather than having to go to a specific machine. And so you can work from home or you can work at school and have all your programs available. And I'm at home right now actually, and what I'm going to do, I don't have anything set up on this computer for the Arduino, and I'm going to try to set up Codebender at home without going through the Arduino software. So I'm going to jump over to the Codebender home page. Now the only downside to me doing this home, I forgot to bring my Arduino home with me, so I won't be able to actually plug it in and test it. So you'll have to trust me. If I see the extension showing up though, then it should give me good indication. So I'm going to log in to the new account I created in class today. Forget me pretty soon. All right, so here I am, and let me see if we can find examples of libraries supported boards. Getting started. Let's go to the getting started. So I clicked on the getting started, and this is what we did in class. And it will step me through the process of installing the browser plugin, installing the Arduino drivers, and that's the key thing I need to recognize when we plug in the Arduino. Our hardware will recognize it. Step 4 I won't be able to do. Step 4 is to try and Codebender. So you'll have to trust me that that works. So let's go and try this. All right, so we're going to add the Codebender to Chrome. And don't forget, you can also download the Arduino programming environment, which has all of the device drivers built into the software if you have a problem doing this method. But like I said, I would do all of your program using Codebender because it saves it online and you'll be able to use it both here and at school without having to transfer files back and forth. So I'm going to add this to Chrome. I just clicked on the Add to Chrome button. Checking something here. Confirm new extension. Yes. I will add that. And Codebender has a guide to using Codebender online that you should watch. And I'll put a link to that video on the website. All right, and it said Codebender was added to Chrome. All right, so in fact, if I go and check new extension added. Okay, now I'm going to download the drivers. I do not have any drivers on this machine, so I need to download drivers. We'll try that. And I'm using a Windows system, and so what it's going to do is, you can see down here, it's downloading a driver installer package. If you have some sort of Apple machine, it'll do whatever it does to download drivers for the Apple. You'll have to probably click off on some boxes and things like that. This might take a couple of minutes, so we'll let it do its thing. And I'm editing this video, so I'll cut out the extra minutes for you. Okay, so here's it automatically opened up this zip file that it downloaded, and I'm just going to run this. It's going to extract this file first, and it's actually, it looks like it's actually installing the drivers right now, so we'll just let that run, see what happens. And it asked me a question: would you like to install this device software? This is the Arduino USB driver, and the publisher is Arduino LLC. And these guys are a above-the-board company, so I'm going to always trust software from these guys, and I'm going to install. And so it's automatically recognizing this to be installed, and it's going to run through the installation process for me. And you can see this is the file that they unzip. This is the original zip file. This is the unzipped version, and it's actually automatically opened it, and it's executing the installer right now, and it's installing our different device drivers. So the device drivers, when you plug in a device into your computer, it sets up code so your computer can actually properly recognize your devices. All right, so now it's asking me, would you like to install this device driver? This is for Atmel Incorporated Ports Common LPT. Atmel is the company that makes the microprocessor that's on the Arduino. And so yes, we're going to install that too. Okay, now it's asking me, do I want to install the Adafruit Industries LLC Common LPT ports? And Adafruit is another one of these companies that works with Arduino. And so yes, I'll install those too. All right, now it's asking me to do, this is made by Codebender itself. It's called Light Up Ports Common LPT, and we're going to install that. And we're almost done here. The entire time on this, about 14 minutes for me to start to finish. All right, driver installation successful. The installers will now open a web page to notify Codebender. You can then proceed through the walkthrough. Installation complete. Setup was completed successfully. I'm going to close that. Now we'll jump back over to Codebender. It should recognize this is being done. All right, for some reason it opened up a page in Firefox. Congrats, driver successfully installed. So there's a little delay there going through through Firefox. And you can close this page and go back to the walkthrough. All right. Now we can select our board and scroll. You got to scroll all the way to the top to the Arduino Uno. And we're good to go. Now, like I said, I don't have my Arduino with me, so I can't actually plug this in and test it, but I'm sure it's going to work. And you can do the same at home to set up your software if you haven't done so already.